never know.
You never knew.
Isn't it wild how you know, as you get older, you realize just how like it's all you know growing up, but you realize how fucking lucky you are when you have great parents.
Super lucky, yeah.
Just like just realizing and understanding like programming. You said the word programming, which we talk about that a lot. There's just unbelievable environmental programming that happens to you, and essentially from I think the ages 1 to 7, your brain is in a stage where it's the most formative years of your life. So like, think about it. You can't fend for yourself at that age, so you're literally like subject to whatever your environment is. And if your parents suck and have shitty outlook on things, it becomes a part of your being.
It's a bummer for you because
right.
that's all you know.
Yeah, so to have parents, especially when like you get to a point where it's real fucking life-changing money, you know, like, and to have them not be, you know, as bad as it sounds, I feel like a lot of the things you mentioned, like when you're gearing your 5-year-old up to go fucking play, you know, and parents, you know, when you have a talented kid, there is a lot of money, and I think a lot of times it will come from a good place.
Yeah,
but there's also that element.
I feel like in order to be able to want to put the work in to get to that level that they want you to get to, you have to enjoy what you're doing. Like you have to let the kid has to decide and be like, I want to do this, and then it's like great, support them, give them every opportunity that you're able to give them to achieve that dream. But like you have to decide yourself. Like it doesn't matter how bad anybody else wants it. If you don't want it, it's just not gonna happen because you have to take ownership. It's like what we were talking about earlier. It's like everything you do in your life, not to be like over dramatic or anything, like everything you do in your life, but it's like a lot of decisions you make in your life or actions you take are geared towards that goal from when you're at a really young age to like even now.
Absolutely.
So you have to want to do it. If you don't want to do it, it's gonna be miserable when you're not gonna put in the work or do the things that you need to do to get there.
You're spot on.
So I think that's big for kids. It's like you gotta really like it. You gotta give them the opportunity to have that like aha moment of like, hey, mom, dad, this is what I want to do.
Right.
And then it's like, great.
Without the passion, you're right. It doesn't matter how fucking talented you are.
Right.
I mean, without the passion, there's no way you'll be able to achieve.
Yeah, it just won't happen.
Right.
You can be super talented and you might go really far just on talent, but to make it to where everybody dreams of, you know, of like you said, life-changing money or whatever is that thing that you're chasing, whether it's stardom, money, whatever it may be. To get to that level, you have to love it. Like, at the end of the day, like you gotta love it.
Absolutely.
Just,
straight up, anything in
when you
life.
strip everything else away, like you still have to love it because after a while, the notoriety gets old. Like
almost to a point where you kind of dislike it. I talk to a lot of guys just like, that's the least, I mean, I know me personally, I don't.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
But like if that's what's keeping you going, it's gonna fade, right?
Absolutely.
Like once it happens to you at the beginning, you're like, oh, this is weird, man. Like this is cool, I guess, but I don't really know how to feel about it. Like it's still kind of weird. And then like after a few years and stuff, it's like, all right, like that's not what drives you, or like you have to have that drive inside of you to be the best or to get everything out of it that you have.
Right.
Nobody, like no external influences are going to make you put the work in. You know? I even tell people like, yeah, the money's cool too, but it's all digital numbers. Like when you have an 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts and you suck, it's not like you come back to your locker and there's a big brown bag of money at your chair. You know what I mean?
Just numbers on the screen.
Right. It's you and your thoughts. And I'm not discounting the fact that like life-changing money, that's awesome. And like, I appreciate it every second of the day. But when you're going through it and you're not doing well and you suck and everybody hates you and they're booing you, you don't come back to like a stack of money at your chair and like, oh, it's gonna be all right, man. No, like you gotta dig deep and find it, and it's a unique thing. So I think to be successful in anything, there has to be a level of passion there and an internal drive and a fire to want to succeed.
You ready?